So I really started having symptoms of before going into the craniotomy. The symptoms, they were unbelievable actually, and me being or trying to be the strong person that I thought I was, I tried to just get through it, but knowing that I didn't, and I wasn't used to headaches on a daily basis, and I was beginning to have these headaches every day. I would wake up in the mornings, and it became so tough for me to even lift my head. It got to the point where I was literally just holding on to my head from the pillow, trying to get up out of the bed. And even with that, you know, then came the swelling. I had no idea until MRI was done. But even before that, I had this feeling and ringing in my ears where it felt like I had been swimming underwater for days. And I hadn't been swimming at all. I love the water, but I didn't love it that much. And after consulting with my medical team, my oncologist, I was pushed into MRI immediately. And that's where it showed up. You can literally see the swelling where the center of my brain should have been centered, but it was pushed so far to the other side that you knew immediately, even without a medical degree, you knew that something was going on. And after finding out and sitting down and talking with all of my medical teams, I found out it was from the necrosis that had built up from the original 18 years ago, the original SRS surgery. And if you can imagine 9 hours of laying on the table receiving that SRS surgery, then necrosis, you know, that's pretty much would have been a symptom 18 years later. My brain specialist at the time was going through all of these different scenarios with me that what was going on with my brain and the swelling, and sitting there listening to him, I didn't I didn't want to believe or want to hear that, Terlisa, this could be cancerous, or it could be just necrosis from previous surgery. So I literally went through this craniotomy surgery, not even knowing how I was going to come out on the other end. For those of us who have gone through a metastatic diagnosis, you you sort of cringe at even knowing what could come next. Will there be more chemotherapy? Will there be more surgery? What are my daughters are going to have to go through again? They pretty much grew up through my diagnosis. They're grown now, and I'm very grateful, but just watching them growing up through this diagnosis, I had so much going through my mind at the time. And I knew I had to move forward and go through it. So we had the craniotomy surgery on February 22nd, 2020. I'll never forget that date. Here I am again having a procedure for brain and possibly brain metastasis that I had no idea what would be.